super nerve-wracking. But after the sit down yesterday, felt significantly more confident.
Good. I'm glad, dude. The first one's always the roughest, and then after that, it's easy.
Super nerve-wracking.
Easy, 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 easy. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Erica. Good morning, Maura.
Morning.
Good morning, Charles. Good morning, Lydia. Good morning, iPhone 1. Who wants to take a bet at who iPhone 1 is?
Good morning.
Well, it is time for us to share with each other. It's like show and tell, but for adults. Why don't you guys show your faces and tell us your wins? Well, my win, you guys don't know, is I strong-armed and bullied my lender to get me a Yeti cup.
Yay.
For those of you who don't know, I am a big Yeti fan. I have like 40 different colors. I even have two special editions. So, and one of them cost me $6,000.
Ooh. Why?
So,
Oh.
because it's a special edition. Once I have when I have that cup one morning on the call, I'll explain it. So,
Okay.
and
I
yes,
need
it
to
gets
know.
used.
That's all.
So let's hear from you. What are your wins, your celebrations, something you're just dang proud of?
Yesterday, I was able to help a fellow agent out. She started to not like door knocking. She's farming, and she thinks it's a chore. And she was just asking me about it because I like to door knock. And I was like, well, all you have to do is just shift your perspective about it. And, if I do anything, I just make sure it's fun. And um, yeah, like, what are you doing? She's like, well, I'm inviting people to an open house. I'm like, well, just add a sentence to it. This is what I do. So just invite them to an open house and just add this one sentence. Just ask them what makes this neighborhood so special. And then all of a sudden, it just changes the way they talk to you. And they just open up and they tell you. And then they'll tell you like, oh, we have barbecues every year and Bob makes the best potato salad. And then you just get all this information, and then it makes your open house all that more interesting, and you have so much more to talk about when people walk in. And she's like, that is just so interesting, Joanne. You just opened up my world. And I'm like, yeah. And you just gamify it. Just if you do anything, just make it fun. And it just, they can read how many bedrooms it is on the MLS. Like, who cares about that? Like, just what makes the neighborhood special?
Bob does make pretty amazing potato salad.
Yeah. And they love giving you like the gossip too. I'm like, tell me about that house. And then he's like, oh my God, Joanne, that house, like it's been just sitting like that for years. And it's hilarious sometimes. And that's how, like, it's not a chore for me. I just think it's hilarious sometimes when I do door knock. So it just I don't know. So I was able to help her out. So she's gonna try it and tell me all about it.
There you go. Change your
Yeah.
perspective, right? Story, state, strategy. Change the
Mhm.
story. Change your state. Good
Yeah.
win. Good win. Other win, celebration, something you're proud of.
I have a personal win.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Um, I'm gonna hang out with my wife all day today because she's gonna go back up to Hawaii tomorrow and be with her family for about a month. So I'm just happy that she gets to go out there and spend some time with her mom and her siblings.
I love it, dude. I love it. Why are you on the call if you're spending all day with your wife?
She said I can do my meetings and then
Okay. She
I'm
said, honey, you
locked
can do
in.
your morning and I'll get you after 9. At 9.
Yeah, but then I have to go to work, so I'm trying to figure out if someone can take my shift at the Ritz. But it's a tough one, but I'm trying.
Oh, fucking call in, man.
I'm on like my last call on, then I
Dude,
get fired.
Sheldon, you work at the Ritz, huh?
Yeah,
Dang, dude, that's everyone. I just left the Ritz, and so everyone that I knew there was telling me that some guy named Sheldon just got the real estate
you
license too.
you know
That's
Raina,
so funny. Who?
Raina, she was talking to you about it.
Oh yeah. Shoot, I
Yeah,
can't remember what department she works in. That's so
uh,
funny.
IRD. That's my wife.
That's right. Yep. That
There's
is
no
so
Yep.
way.
funny.
She kept telling me about it. I was like, who is he talking about? I've never. Wait, I think.
That's so funny.
I love having this conversation, guys. I love connections. Now, if both you had your cameras on and you were talking to each other, it would be less creepy than us
Well,
people sitting here listening to you guys talk. Small world and stuff. So Charlie, because you spoke up, you got to come up with a win.
to come out with a win. Um, let's see. I think my son only woke up once last night to get for a diaper change and food.
That's awesome, man. Newborns are fun. Couple months old or even harder. Dude, congrats, Daddy. Keep it up.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. Well, it's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Hold on. Check the shirt. Yep, it's definitely Tuesday. You guys are what are you talking? It's Purple Shirt Tuesday, guys. What do you think? Wear black shirts literally every other day. So let's hear from you. What are your wins, your celebrations, something you're proud of? Or if you're done, let's move into conversational topics. What is something you want to work on today? Make yourself better, stronger, more able. Last week we talked a lot about scripting ninjas. Right? Who can
Did
recap?
you?
You put yourself back on mute.
Yeah, did you get my text yesterday?
Yeah, I did. I ignored it on purpose because I was going to talk about you later.
Okay, all right. Sounds good.
Yeah, because you and Christina both text me at the exact same time asking for a buyer of the master checklist, which happens to be in your PCX support.
Well, I can't find it. I was digging through there. Maybe I'm just silly, but
Dan,
So-
I went to the shared folder and it's from 2020, the one I found, so it doesn't have all the like post NAR settlement stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't have the stuff that I put in mine.
Yeah, well, that's just gold.
This is you guys could have these. You could have this very, very colorful buyer presentation.
I'm coming to steal one today.
All you need to do is join the team.
Damn it, Janet.
No, take the time. You know, we'll create a master checklist, stuff like that. I think it's good. The resources available to us, like Command has a ton of stuff in there. There's resources for buyer consultations everywhere. Find one, use it, replicate it, remake it like I did.
well, that one's for the entire process, like for you to have all the documents that you're gonna need.
Well, that's Command, your checklist in Command. If you're looking for a guide that has every document you need for every transaction, you're not going to find one.
Okay.
Command, based on what you're doing, will have every document you need for that transaction. Now, I'll build you something for the process, and that's okay. We'll have something put together for it. Now,
There's one in there, Dan. It's just like I said, it's a little outdated. We just need to update it.
I have an updated one.
Okay.
But when it
Well, then
comes
we can talk
to-
later.
Yeah, when it comes down to your checklist, guys, you know, this is one of the easiest things for you to source. You know, let's sit down and go over a process. Let's talk about what you do in a transaction and create a guidance for yourself. Now, are you the checklist type that needs every single detail? Send the welcome email, send this, send that. Checkbox, checkbox, checkbox. It will help you. So I got something. I was working on something when I was doing a deal with Christina. My seller was just absolutely annoying, and he wanted me to send him updates in a spreadsheet.
Wow. That sounds very high maintenance, Dan.
You remember who it was?
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, just where did that spreadsheet go?
When you guys go into command for your checklist, if you go into command under your opportunities, each part of that opportunity, you can put whatever you want in there for your checklist.
Oh, yeah, you can create your own in there, but that's relying on technology, Jason. How dare you use leverage like that? How dare you?
No, I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying it's there.
All right. Well, we'll talk about checklists and stuff another time. Today's conversations is built around conversations. So let's recap what we learned last week. We talked about presuppositions. Who can tell me what a presupposition is?
It's
Assuming the sale.
Assuming the sale. Okay. Assuming anything. Right? Presuppositions is the assumption of any part of the sale. It could be the relationship, the agreement, moving forward, right? When we go look at houses together. So, why would we want to use a presupposition?
You already got it. It's like they already agreed.
People will follow you if you lead them.
Gives you the authority of the
Right? And who becomes the leader?
You.
Right? It becomes yourself as a leader. You assume the role as leader and say, okay, follow me. I will show you how to get out of where we're doing. Follow me. People will follow your lead if you lead them. Well, Dan, I'm not a leader. It's okay, right? All you have to say is follow me. A jaunt into the car world, when I was there, they used to tell us, when you get done with the test drive, don't just stand there and talk to the buyer at the car because they're going to walk away. Literally turn around and say, follow me, and then walk inside. Why do they do that? Well, because I'm showing authority. Just follow me. Let's go. I got this. And they follow me what I want to do, and I'm going to lead them into the next chapter, the next decision, the next step. So, we also talked about anchors. What are anchors?
Tie down.
Like agreement statements, so they agree with you and nod their head with you.
Yeah. Agreement statements. Getting them to subconsciously author your decision. Tuesday is a perfect day to wear a purple shirt. Wouldn't you agree? Easy tie down.
Yes.
See? What did I do after my tie down?
You waited for a response?
No, visual nod.
I visually nodded my head.
Oh,
It'd be hard for you, Audrey. You're driving, so please be safe. Don't.
okay.
I appreciate that because she's right. But she also, did you hear what I said afterwards? Or should I say the lack of what I said?
You nodded your head.
And did I say anything else?
No.
I let awkward silence do heavy lifting, didn't I? Because at first you're like, I don't want to agree to that. I don't own a purple shirt, and I'm never going to wear one on Tuesdays. But he's bigger than me. He's scarier than me. I might as well just agree. Yeah, it's a perfect day for a purple shirt. But no, you kind of shut up and listen, right? Shut up and let them respond. When you ask somebody a question and you answer for them, why are you in a conversation? And lastly, we talked about bridging and isolating objections, right? Other than blank, what's keeping you from blank? Other than these things, what's keeping you from this thing? Why do we do that?
To get through the smoke screen.
Tell me more.
Well, usually an objection is just them trying to get out of something, or they're not confident yet.
I want to know what.
Flushing out the real objection. Maybe it's a smoke screen. Maybe it's a real objection. Who knows? Anyone ever heard the term chasing the symptoms? Or chasing the smoke?
Huh? I'm in a
Heard that before.
What was that?
I've never heard that before.
Well,
actually.
one of the things they talk about in in sales is you're chasing the smoke, right? Smoke screen after smoke screen after smoke screen. You're going and you're dealing with the smoke. You're fanning away the smoke. You're getting a fan. You're opening windows. You're doing all the things possible to get rid of the smoke, except put out the fire. Well, in medicine, they talk of chasing the symptoms. You're trying to mask, treat, subdue the symptoms: stuffy head, runny nose, upset tummy, all of these things. Well, those are symptoms. What's the root cause? What's the underlying ailment? You have a shitty ass diet. So instead of fixing your diet, you're going to take a nighttime pill to get rid of your stuffy nose. And you're going to take a daytime suppressant to get rid of your congestion. You're going to do all these things except solve the problem. So in real estate and sales and objection handling, do we chase the smoke? Oftentimes we do, because we're not willing to ask the questions to uncover the fire. In order for people to really reveal the truth around what they're doing or what they're saying or what their motivations are, they got to feel comfortable with you. How do you make somebody feel more comfortable with you?
Connect with them.
Okay.
Build rapport.
Tell me more.
Mirror and match.
Be a good match, mirror and match. I like that. That's actually where we're heading today. Thank you, Fabi. But people don't buy from the best salesperson. They buy from the one that connects with them. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to connect with people. We're going to create more trust. Mirroring, matching, and building rapport beneath the words. What do I mean by rapport?
A trusted relationship.
Okay, trusted relationship. Rapport is just me adding more into the relationship. It's me getting them closer to friend, right? The bridge to friendship. So how do we do this subconsciously?
I
Now,
like to just
go ahead,
sorry.
Fabi.
I've been liking, just like if I'm doing like my DTD2 and I'm finding that I haven't, touched base with a friend or like a business colleague, like I'll just set up a coffee and try to continue the relationship, or go for a walk or something, or invite them to an event that I like, that I know that they might have common interest in.
Yeah.
And it's not always, do you want to buy or sell? But that conversation kind of comes up. And I feel like inviting them to things or one-on-one time is building rapport with them.
That's exposure. It's relationships from
Yeah.
exposure. You're spending more time around them. Let's get down to in the moment building rapport without words. Jim,
Without words?
without words. Jim, because I know you're a tactician in rapport, if I do this,
I was going to say eye contact and body language.
okay, what did I just do?
And close yourself off.
Okay, tell me more. Do I look friendly and approachable?
No.
Okay.
With the purple shirt, maybe, but no.
Should I have conversations with people like this?
No.
But my tonality hasn't changed. My speed of words haven't changed. My eye contact hasn't changed. Yet you've all said that I'm not friendly, I'm not approachable, I'm closed off. Maybe I'm just a big dude that's comfortable sitting like this.
Maybe you're cold.
Maybe I'm cold.
Mirror and match. Do the same thing.
Yeah. So what would you do? You mirror and match them. They do this, you do this. They do this, you do that. They lean in.
You lean in.
You lean in. Now we're creating subconscious rapport building, right? It's NLP. We're doing something neuro-linguistic. Neuro-linguistic. We're starting with the brain first. How we move, how we lean, how we posture ourselves. They lean in, you lean in. They lean out, you lean out. You step in, they step in. They use a lot of hand motions. Guess what? Channer, your inner Italian. Use your own hand motions. But we have to match, right? What's matching? That's mirroring, right? What would they do? We do. What's matching? Well, what if
Pace,
someone's talking
tone
really
of
fast?
voice. Yeah. Match their pace. If they're a fast walker, kind of speed it up. Just match their energy
Let's
and
try
their
this.
tone.
Let's try this, Christina. You ready? You ready for this
Ready.
match? Let's match me on everything you say. Whatever sentence I put out there, match it, okay?
Like, you want me to actually repeat it, or you want me to just have an organic
I
conversation
want
at
you to
the
match me. Just match me
Okay.
whatever you do. Like what organic conversation, just match with the energy, the intensity, the speed, everything you can do, okay?
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yep.
Are you?
Are you?
Kind of.
Okay, tell me more.
You know, there's a lot that goes into this decision.
Yeah. I get that.
Great job. You guys notice how the pitch and shift changes fast?
Yeah.
What did she do? Masterfully done, by the way. Very well, Christina.
I was gonna say, great job, Christina. I have such a hard time doing that because I'm quick to the point, high D, and so it's painful. If you look at the disc profile, they have comfort and resistance, and for
On the
me,
disc
that's in the
pro-
resistance column.
Yeah, my adaptability on the disc profile, it matches, like, it's almost each one of them is like at the same level as the other one. But I've put a lot of, like, I have a sales background like Dan does. Mine was in gym membership sales, and this was beaten into us. We practiced it, we scripted it over and over and over. So rapport building is something that at this point now just is kind of second nature.
But for us that are not second nature, I want you to see when I slowed down my tone, those of you who are watching me, what did I do physically?
Relaxed.
When I was talking to Christina real fast and energetic, right, where I'm up here, you guys can see where I'm more full chested, my head's back, I'm excited. But when I slowed down, what did I do?
Leaned in, sat forward.
I compressed, I came smaller. One of the tricks you can do is if you're dealing with somebody on the other side of your natural spectrum, if you're a fast talker, sit down. Make yourself small. Take a second between thoughts. It's not going to make the other person think that you're dumb. It's going to let them know that you're taking the time to be cautious with your words. See what I did there? A second between thoughts. Slows us way
It
down.
makes you seem a little more intelligent.
It might. It definitely might. Unless you have a southern accent, then we naturally think you're dumb. I don't know why. There are great astrophysicists out there that say y'all. But if you're naturally a slower tempoed person, right? Who's my slower tempo person on the call?
Jason.
Right? What do? You stand up, make yourself bigger. Get excited. Put more energy into it. Mirror and match them.
Or Mike.
Yeah, Mike's conserved. I can see that. Mike does have high energy though.
I was gonna say Mike can adapt though.
Yeah, Mike's very good at that as well. It's natural ability to connect with people. But when we're matching our style, we're also matching tonality. This could be dangerous because if someone's being harsh with you, don't match them. Because what you're going to do is you're going to escalate into a fight. Don't placate them, right? Don't pander them. Oh, you're still cute, Aaron, when you're mad. You're so cute. No, you're like, hey, I get it. You're upset. I can tell that you're upset. Take a step back. But if somebody is fast-paced and saying words like groovy, y'all, that's hip, wild, right? What words should you use?
Same.
The same words.
That's rad.
It's rad. Unless you're a gen, what the hell gen are we in that they say shit like bussin' and no mad riz?
Don't say that.
I don't know, but I need a whole dictionary to understand this. It's a whole new thing.
I'll make a dictionary and give you guys one.
No cap, fam.
Yeah, what?
Okay, buddy.
Hey, fam, you're all giving real energetic vibe here, right? You're giving urgent. Just step back a bit. Let the Rizzler do his business, right? 10 toes, my dudes. 10 toes. Jim's like, what the fuck did he just say?
I caught myself the other day saying this generation's music sucks. I'm like, damn it, I'm my parents.
Yeah, you are. But here's the thing, right? Most of the time you're dealing with people that are from a different lifestyle than you, different world than you, maybe different upbringing than you. Use terms, use words, use phrases that they're using because it's going to naturally make them go, oh, this person's like me. Go back to that sentence. People do business with people they
Like,
Like,
right? People do business with people they like. People tend to like people
like
that
people,
are like
like them.
them. That's the underlying neuro-linguistic. Like neuro is mental. Neuro-linguistic is mental and words. So if we match mentally with posture, position, body language, now we go linguistic. Tonality, speed, word choice, cadence.
I use it, Dan, in like storytelling also, depending on like if somebody comes into an open house, for example, and I get some insight that they're, I don't know, in the medical profession and they're, from a certain area, I'm going to share maybe some different stories to form a connection with them than I might share with someone that comes in and they've got the Southern accent and they're, telling me they just got here from Tennessee and whatever. We're going to exchange different stories. I'm going to pull different relatable antidotes out of my tool bag based on where I interpret them to be at or from.
That's exactly what we do. We find a reason to match with somebody. If you're walking into somebody's house, look at the bumper stickers. Look at the stickers in the back of the truck. It's going to tell you a little bit about them. What kind of flag do they have hanging out of their house? When you walk in, what do the decorations look like? What does the house look like? This is giving you an idea who you're talking to. But listen, the last part of this is the sensory language. You're listening to certain words. People either are visual, audible, or kinetic, meaning they connect by what they see, what they hear, or what they touch. What's another thing for touch? It's emotions. So when people say, I see what you mean, we should have more visual cues, more visual conversations. This house is a great investment. Can't you see? Can't you see? No? Next.
Oh, can't you see?
Exactly.
That's right.
It
Come
just
on, everybody.
doesn't feel right.
Doesn't feel right. That's kinesthetic, right? It doesn't feel right. So I'm going to go to Rachel. Hey, Rachel, how does this home feel to you? How's it
Feels great.
feel, right? I'm going to go into the same sensory language that person already has shown me. I can see what you're saying. You know what, Dan? This feels a little too stressful. And lastly, it's actually we did it out of order is audibly. That sounds great. That sounds tough. Now, as you go through your day today, you're going to hear that. You're going to hear people say stuff like, I see. I see what you mean. That sounds great. That sounds tough.
I totally feel that.
And I totally feel that, right? Ooh, I feel you. I feel that. Oh, man, this doesn't feel good. Because when we're having our mirror and matching, part of that is to create the emotion around what we're doing. If I go to someone like Erica, and Erica says, Dan, I see this as a problem, or I see myself living in this house, and I'm going to do all that. And I go to Erica and say, hey, Erica, sounds great, doesn't it? You're like, what? We're not communicating on the same page. So practice that a little bit today. Practice your mirroring and matching. Remember tonality, word choice, cadence. Match the body positioning, their hand movements, their word choice, and then listen for those sensory words. I see, I hear, I feel. And from there, you're going to start building a lot more rapport. Was today worth your time?
And for the fat guys in the back, we taste it.
You're dumb. Guys, key takeaway here is rapport is not about being liked. Right? Rapport is not about being liked. It's about being in sync. Because once you're in sync with somebody, you can lead them. Once somebody believes in you, you can lead them. So in every conversation today, I want you to mirror and match. I want to check your tonality. I want you to check your pace. And then I want you to lead them into a more confident state. So.
And then
So-
when are we doing next level mirror matching rapport building with couples that are on 2 different levels?
Good luck.
The real crafty one.
It's a
That's
real-
actually what I'm dealing with right now with my buyers.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Separate them. If you've got 2 couples that are not on the same wavelength and they talk, communicate, and they have different energies together, separate them.
If you can, or ninja mind hack the shit out of them, and then you have a dual rapport building mode that you have to be in, which is identifying each one of them and being able to speak to those characteristics in each one of them in the same conversation.
Yep. This is going to come from years and years of practice, my friends, is being able to captivate people in the room and have conversations. Great book for that is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's a 100-year-old book, and it's still super relative today. If you've never read it, never heard of it, check it out. We have lost the ability to make connections because of social media, because of digital worlds, because of text messages. How many of us have ever gotten a text message and read it one way when it was intended to be read a completely different way? So
I'm in an argument because of that.
I have been in many because of that. Guys, NLP teaches us rapport is more than friendliness. It's a felt experience they gave me, whether it's posture, tone, tempo, or language. When we meet people where they are, we earn the right to guide them where we want them to go. So thank you for being a part of this lesson, guys. Tomorrow we have even more for you. And until then, I'll see you then.